Hello, nerds! Thank you for joining me here on Nerd News Clips. This is the second channel. This is the place for all of the short-form content as well as the individual sections and just generally speaking smaller things. If you are into the longer form content, youtube.com/generallynerdy is the place to go see that. With that out of the way, let's get into this. So let's hit up the rumor mill, shall we? We have a new source on a previous rumor, rumor that we've actually had a number of new sources on. So this is ever increasing the likelihood that this is going to be the case. What am I talking about? New source for Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther 2 movie. We do have another source saying that it is going to be Namor as the villain for this movie. So, and also a pretty good source. This source has a pretty strong track record. We're putting this one about 75% likely that we will be seeing Namor as the primary antagonist for the Wakanda Forever movie. So into new rumors, we have another X-Men rumor. This time, though, there's a strong piece of evidence to support this. So the rumor is that there is finally a new movie in the early stages of production. So we're still looking at pre-production. They're still writing the script. And the reason we know this, and this is very likely the case, it could be a different X-Men project. There is going to be the X-Men 97 animated series on HBO or on Disney Plus. So it could be for that, though it does not seem as likely. The writer for Multiverse of Madness and Loki, Michael Waldron, was wished good luck by a writing friend of his on Instagram dealing with the X-Men. Good luck writing the X-Men was the, I believe that is verbatim what was said to him. So being as we have hit the last like 5 projects that he's worked on have been live action, they have been for Disney, and now we have another writer wishing him luck on writing the X-Men. And I also feel like we've gotten a fair announcement of who is writing the X-Men, a lot of the return people and so on and so forth, and he wasn't on that list. So yeah, even more evidence, even though this does just come from one source, it kind of comes from 2, and one of them being the man involved. So we're putting this one at 80%. I will be very surprised if he is not at least credited as a writer after the fact. Now, it could go through the hands of multiple writers. He could not be the final writer, but very likely he is the man writing the movie as it stands right now. Next is a Pokemon rumor, and not a Pokemon movie rumor or anything like that, a Pokemon gaming rumor. So apparently Scarlet and Violet are rumored to have 130 new pocket monsters. That's right. This is going to be the biggest new update since Gen 5 for Pokemon. That seems pretty big. This comes from a pretty solid source, though it is one source that is source with a average to slightly above average track record. So we're going slightly above average or slightly above neutral anyway, and that is 65% likely that we're going to be seeing 130 new Pokemon in the next game. Next rumor has to do with Breaking Bad, and actually it's a spin-off of Breaking Bad. Gustavo Fring, who was played by Giancarlo Esposito in the Breaking Bad series, who died rather epically, is reportedly going to be getting his own spin-off prequel, obviously, because he died in Breaking Bad. But yeah, this comes from people who are involved with the production company. Now, production companies do more than just one thing, so it's very possible that this could be for a different series or even a different movie, but still pretty solid leak coming out of this one. 60% on this one, just because, again, production companies could be teasing things and then really give us something else. PS5 rumor coming up next. This one actually has to do with the PS5 controller and not the PS5 console itself. So if you are a gamer and you enjoy the PlayStation 5 controller, but you don't have a PlayStation 5, you are playing on your PC, then you know that you're pretty much stuck with the base firmware, because the only way to update the firmware in the controller so you get the full advantage of the haptic feedback and so on and so forth is to update that firmware through a PlayStation 5. There is no way to update it on PC or Mac, and obviously no way to update it on Linux. But that very well could be changing. We do have rumor that Sony is actively working on a PlayStation 5 controller updater program for the PC. I did not see any mention of them working on this for Mac, though I would be very surprised if they did not eventually, if not at the same time, release one for Mac as well. This comes from a number of sources at this point, and so it's kind of almost inevitable, and it also makes freaking sense, because why would Sony not have this capability already built in if it wasn't at the very least being worked on? So all of that being said, we're going to give this one a 90% likelihood that it is the case. And then we got to move right along to another Flash rumor. This one, though, very interesting. So we have a rumor about the post-credit scene in The Flash, and it's not Flash related directly. It is going to deal with Aquaman, and it is going to deal with this new universe going forward. And it is going to reportedly establish that in the universe after the Flash, the events of the Flash movie take place in this new universe, presumably, that they create in the aftermath of that, there is no Superman. That seems a little misguided, but this comes from such a good source that I really... And also, we have other rumors about Supergirl being the new Superman for the movie universe, and all of these other pieces that kind of fit with this. 80% likely that this is going to be the case. They can't figure out Superman, so they're just going to avoid him for a while, it would seem. So yeah, 80% likelihood that that is going to be how they attack the Superman problem that they're having so bad these days. Once again, this has been just a brief segment from the larger episode that has been posted over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. Go over there for the long form content, or just subscribe here if you want it in bite-sized chunks. Thank you very much for joining me, nerds. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy,